future's awesome. We're riding teaching, they both belong. Join the conference, it's gonna be lit. Curipod fam, you don't wanna miss it. In this digital age, we gather online. No need to travel, no waiting in line. From the comfort of home, our passion tastes like. Break me dividers, but our heart bars are right. Can't attend live, don't let it dismay. Plays on the way, just a click, no delay. Curicon, the future's awesome. We're riding teaching, they both belong. Join the conference, it's gonna be lit. Curipod fam, you don't wanna miss it. So spread the word, let the assignment unfold. Curicon's the place for teachers, it's our world. In the realm of light, together we'll find. Our Curicon, let make the future come alive. Awesome. We're riding GG, they both belong.
Curicon champions, what a fantastic journey it's been. I'm Amanda Fox, your host and Curipod community manager. As we bid adieu to day 4, we are honored to have the incredible Eric Curts guiding us through this inspiring closing session. Prepare to be amazed as we dive into the realm of generative AI, where every educator's dream of a personalized 24-hour assistant becomes a reality. In this enlightening session with Eric, we've explored the transformative potential of groundbreaking tools like Curipod and Google Bard. We're going to uncover the magic of generative AI, where mundane tasks transform into opportunities for creativity and efficiency. By embracing these tools, you're not just saving time, you're reclaiming precious moments to do what you do best, which is making a profound impact on your students' lives. So let's go ahead and bring up Eric.
Well,
Hi.
hey. How you doing?
Doing well. Happy Thursday. It's nice to have you here and being willing to share your AI gems with us and our community.
Absolutely. I am so excited to be here with you guys today. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of all of this. And I know you have been just doing so many of these sessions. I'm sure it's a big blur for you, but thank you so much for letting me be a piece of it. I appreciate it.
Oh, no. The beautiful thing about an event like this is so many people have so many different lenses and insights into how they're using AI. And every single session, I've taken some sort of gem away. And I've tried to tune in at least until the 5 minutes till I have to open the next session. But yeah, thank you. We have a lot of fans of yours in the audience. Brenda says, love Eric Curts, love his book, webpage, and newsletters.
Oh,
you're looking so amazing nice with your Curicon shirt.
Peggy, hey, all right. There you go. How about that?
Miss D
I even got a haircut today, so you know.
Did AI do it?
No.
No. Yeah, we still need humans.
Zach did it.
Yeah. So Quality PD. We've got Stella joining us from Argentina. We've got a nice global audience. Jessica Adams from Georgia. She let me know she's still in Georgia last time. I keep drop where you're from. She's like, I'm still in Georgia. So I'm huge Eric fan. Are you at GAETC?
I am, yes.
Okay, so
I will be there next week, Wednesday and Thursday. I have 4 sessions on Wednesday and 4 sessions on Thursday.
Wow. Okay, so we'll definitely be popping in to your sessions. Curipod will be there in the house, and you should join us for our social Thursday at 5:00.
I'm actually doing a session still at that time. Yeah.
Well, we'll be there. We'll be there for a while. We'll be channeling our Think Orange energy with nice.
Excellent.
Nice orange cocktails. So.
Oh, that sounds great. Love it.
We've got Melissa from Canada. We've got Helena back in the house. Brian Lewis from Georgia. Georgia's been representing strong here at Curicon. But without holding you up, I know you have a lot to cover, and normally this session's an hour, and I don't want to take up any more of our audience's time talking. I'm going to add your presentation to the stage.
All right.
And let you rock it.
Well, fantastic. Let me go ahead and yep, that's all up there. Fantastic. Awesome. Well, Amanda, thank you so very much. We're going to go ahead and dive on into this.
I'm going to dive down backstage.
All right, thank you so much. So this is a session that I'm calling Cyber Assist, using AI as your teaching assistant. Little bit of housekeeping first before we get started. First of all, I want to direct you to a link that you should see on the screen there. And I don't know if Amanda, if you can even drop that link into the chat for me, that'd be fantastic. It's bit.ly/Curts-AI assist. That will get you to a Google document that has everything we're going to be taking a look at here today. Way more than we're going to get to in the half hour. We're not going to get to all the resources in there, and so this will allow you to follow up later and be able to dive deeper into these resources. Not only that, but in that document, I also have a link to a Curipod that we have set up for tonight to go alongside with us. So when you get in that document, if you scroll down, you'll see they're highlighted in orange. Of course, highlighted in orange is the link. And again, Amanda, if you even want to grab that link and drop that into the chat for people, if that makes it easier for them to get to, the code is 571371, or you can just use that full link there, and that will let you join into that Curipod session that we'll have running alongside of this. So you can get to that a number of ways, whatever works best for you. So quick introduction here. So howdy, everybody. My name is Eric Curts. I'm an ed tech coach up here in Northeast Ohio. This is year 32 for me in education. I'm also a grandpa and have lots of other hobbies on the side there. You can connect with me in a lot of different ways. Probably the easiest thing is just to go to bit.ly/CAA-connect for Control-Alt-Achieve -connect, and that'll get you to my webpage there, where you can connect to me in all the different options, the social medias and the YouTube and my weekly newsletter, my Facebook group, all the different things that I share out are all there. Fantastic. All right. Well, what are we doing though here tonight? So like I said, this is a session on using AI as a personal assistant, taking a look at that perspective on there. So again, all the resources for this one are going to be found at bit.ly/Curts-AI assist. Again, when you get to that document, you're going to see all of the resources that we're going to be getting to here tonight. There's about 4 pages of links in there. We won't get to everything there, but we'll definitely take a look at as much as we can. And as a reminder, right below all of my contact info, which is also there at the top of the document, is the link to our Curipod link that we're going to be using during the session there. Fantastic. All right. Looks like we've got a lot of people already jumping into there. So I'm excited to see that. That's great. All right. And as always, feel free to copy and use all the resources. Everything I create, I share under a Creative Commons license. So you're allowed to use, reuse, modify, just provide a link back to where you got it from. And please continue sharing it on with others. So we're going to start off with an incredibly brief overview of AI, because I think we all know what AI is now. And then we're going to dive into how we can use it as a cyber assistant in our lives. So when we talk about AI, again, not going to belabor this. I know we're day 4 into an AI conference. When we talk about AI, we're talking about a computer system that basically mimics a human, that does something that typically a human would be needed to do, language recognition, image recognition, speech synthesis. Hey, it synthesizes better than me. How about that? Things like that. And then when we talk about generative AI, that's kind of what's really got our attention over this last year. We're talking about a type of AI that is able to generate new content. And so it is able to create text, create images, create music, create code after being fed, billions and billions of pieces of information. So my question for you as we head into this is, what is your view on AI? What is your take on AI? And so we're going to use the Curipod for this. And so let me go ahead and pop on over to that. You can still join. Feel free to jump in and join that if you haven't had a chance to join it yet. 571371 is the code, and that code is also at the top of our resource document there. But I'm going to go ahead And we're going to start on into this. And so our first question is, how do you view AI? And so I tried to pick some extremes here. And so when you think of AI, do you think of the Terminator? Do you think of 2001's HAL 9000, the computer from that classic sci-fi show? Do you think about Data from Star Trek, or do you think about the Jetsons and the robot teacher? So I'm going to give you 30 seconds to vote on one of these. I'm curious how you feel. What is your view of AI, at least as of tonight? So we'll go ahead and get that started and give you a moment to vote on that. So about 30 seconds there. And I think from day to day, we might see AI in different ways, or depending upon, how we're feeling that particular day, or we could have, multiple views. There could be times that we see it falling into different categories here. I'm just curious, where would you put yourself at the moment on your view of AI? Looks like we're just about there, down to the last couple of seconds. Get a vote in if you haven't yet. And here we go. Look at that. Okay, so this is interesting. We have two Terminators, but mostly we have Star Trek's Data and the robot teacher from the Jetsons. And you know what? I'm really glad to see that. I am glad to see that. At least we're more on the positive end of things there. But if I had to vote on this, I would actually go with Star Trek's Data. And here's kind of my thinking behind this. I don't like to think of AI as a Terminator out there to destroy us, or HAL kind of plotting our demise, maybe not as actively as the Terminator. But as much as the robot teacher and the Jetsons might be a positive thing, I don't think of AI as something that's taking our place. It's not replacing an educator. I like to think of AI as something like Data from Star Trek, or a million other examples where it's a colleague. It's something that comes alongside us, and it helps us. It helps us be better. It helps to be that assistant, to be that colleague. And so that's really what we're focusing on here tonight, is the idea that when we think about generative AI, I like to think of it as every educator now, if you so choose, you can have a 24-hour personal assistant that is there to help you in so many different ways. And every student now can have a 24-hour personal tutor to come alongside them as well. And so that's our focus in this session, is as an assistant. And so with that in mind, my next question for you is, what do you wish AI could do for you? Now, this may not be educational. If you do want to go with something that is outside of the realm of education, that's okay, but that's going to be our next question here. Just type in something that you wish AI could do for you. If it's going to be your personal assistant, if it's going to help you in life, what is something it could help you with? So let me go ahead and start that up. Give you a minute to go ahead and drop in something there. When I think about this, there's a lot of things I would definitely love AI to assist me with. And I don't want to take away anybody's answer. Maybe this is somebody's out there, but while you are answering, I'll mention, for me, it would be if it could manage my email. If it could just manage my email. I just want AI to read every message that comes in, and I want it to sort it and say, Eric, these are the ones you actually need to respond to. So anybody that's listening right now, if I have not replied to you in a timely manner, I apologize with all earnesty. I really do try to, but it gets away from me. There's so much going on, and I get so many emails. I try my best. So AI, please be my assistant and help me with that. That would be fantastic. Well, I'm curious what you guys are thinking. Well, we should be getting some answers popping up here pretty soon on how you would like to see AI as an assistant here. So, okay, here we go. Looks like we are at our end there. So let's take a look at our results. So we've got grading math papers and providing feedback. My laundry. Yes. Okay. I love that. Cleaning my house. Absolutely. Therapy. I have used it for that. I actually have. It does work pretty well. That is absolutely true. Making my meals. I love that. Organizing classes, ordering my groceries. These are all fantastic. Yes, I love all of those. Well, thank you so much. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at here in the brief amount of time we have, is how can AI be an assistant to you? So I'm just going to run through as many examples as I can in the time that we have. And because this is Curicon, I do want to start off with Curipod as the first example that I'm going to share here. And so I know if you are here because, this is Curicon, you probably know a lot about Curipod, but it's possibly you don't, or maybe you're watching this as a recording later in the future and you just don't know what this tool is. And so I do want to mention real quick that Curipod is a great assistant. This is a great way to get back time in your life. And what Curipod does is it creates interactive lessons. It allows you to make things that are similar to like a slideshow, but an interactive slideshow that your students can join. That's what we've been seeing over here. That's a Curipod. And the beauty of it is it uses AI as an option if you want it to. So for example, I'll just drag over a Curipod page here. Let's say that I wanted to create a lesson, and we're not going to go into any great depth here. I'm just going to show you very, very quickly the idea. If I came here and said I wanted to create a lesson, I'll do a full lesson. I could say, you know what? Let's say that maybe this is a 5th grade class, and we've been reading Charlotte's Web. And so we'll say Charlotte's Web is the topic, and we'll say that maybe we'll use the Common Core standards from reading that students should comprehend literature, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so I'm going to go ahead and say, hey, do some magic here. And basically what's happening is Curipod is taking what the prompt I gave it there, and it's building a ready to go lesson for me. Now, I will add all the slides just so we can see them real quick. The point is you can change any of these, but what we've got here is, a word cloud about the theme of Charlotte's Web. Here we've got some key facts about the book. Here we've got some other interesting things from the characters and the themes running through the book here. Here we've got a poll to vote on your favorite character, and here are several of the characters from the book, and on and on. Here's a did you know type of a slide with some interesting facts about the book. And it keeps going on. An open-ended question. What does the friendship between Charlotte and Wilbur teach us about loyalty? And so I could use any of these pre-made slides to run my own live Curipod session with my students so that they're not just sitting there listening to me talk. They are interacting as well with me. And of course, I can go back at any point and I can say, oh, I want to create some more here. And I could just pick all of these different ones. Maybe I want to add a lesson hook in. I want to add some more facts. I want to do an exit ticket. All of this we can still modify, and I would encourage you to do so. I would say a lot of times I think of it as the 80-20 rule. Let the AI do 80% of the work. Let it do a lot of the busy work, the heavy lifting. You do your 20%. You bring your expertise, your content knowledge, your understanding of your students, and that 20% is picking the slides that were the best ones out of there or tweaking the ones that needed tweaks. But the point is it's giving you back time, so you now have more time to actually interact with your students, to connect with them, and have conversations with them. Okay, so that's one very quick, simple example. Now, there's a lot of other ways AI can be our assistant. And one of those is through some of the big generative AI chat tools that are out there. It could be that you're using ChatGPT. I use that every day in one way or another. Or maybe you're going over to Microsoft Bing because that's a free way to also access their version of ChatGPT 4 through Bing Chat. Or maybe you're using Claude from Anthropic, another free and amazing generative AI tool. Or I'm a big Google guy, so I love Google Bard. Maybe you're using Google Bard. We'll do some examples in a couple of these. And let's think about ways that we could now use those chat tools to help us as an assistant. Now, the examples I'm going to run through, again, they're all in our agenda document here. And where we're going to be for these examples is down on page 2. So we're going to talk about how AI can help with tasks, with feedback, with YouTube videos. And in each case, I have next to here some links that you can click on that will take you out to some examples where you can see examples that I've done. So I'll show some of these, but we won't have time to get to all of them. But I want you to know you can investigate these on your own later. All of these will take you out to very detailed documents, seeing the chats that I have had. So what are some things that we could use ChatGPT or Bard or Claude or those to help us with? So it could just be our daily tasks, something as simple as writing an email. So let's say I grab Bard as an example for this. We'll pull Bard on over here. And let's say that I want to write an email to welcome the parents of my 8th grade math students to a new school year. So I could come here to Bard, throw that in. We'll zoom in a little bit so you guys can see that a little bit better there. And there we go. It is now generating this draft for this. There we go, where it's got this draft here for this email that I could send out. Now, again, am I going to send it out exactly the way it is? No, but it's a starting point. It's going to give me something to begin with. Now, what I love about Bard is because it's from Google, it integrates so nicely with the other Google tools. I can come down to the share button at the bottom, and I can say, you know what? I want to send this right over to Gmail. I could copy and paste it, but hey, how about we just click one button and say send it to Gmail, and there we go. It is now creating a draft in Gmail where it's going to load that prompt and that content up. Of course, I'm going to change the subject. I'm going to tweak this so that it says what I want it to say. But as simple as that, I at least have a starting point with that. So that's a great way that we could use AI to help save some time. How about writing lesson plans? Exactly. This would be wonderful. Now, when it comes to lesson plans, I'm going to actually click on the link to open up that linked example there. And I would encourage you to do the same on any of these that you want to see. So I've got like several different, examples here of creating a lesson plan using a chatbot tool. And really it comes down to the prompt. I mean, it can be something, very simple. Like I think example 2, I just said, hey, create a 5E lesson on factoring polynomials. I just gave it a very simple prompt. On the first example, I was a little bit more detailed. I'm like, generate so many minutes long and include all these different things. Well, example 3 in this one I have with credit to Ethan Mollick. Amazing. If you don't follow Ethan Mollick, you need to do that. I've got the link in there for his blog. He put together this monster prompt here where basically it walks the AI through helping you create an amazing lesson plan. Basically, you're telling the AI, okay, you're going to help me with this. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to ask me what topic and grade level I'm going to be teaching. Then you're going to ask me what existing knowledge do the students have. Then you're going to ask me what the learning goal is. Then you're going to make a lesson based off of that. Then you're going to ask me, do we need to change anything? And if so, we'll do that. And you're going to ask if I need any help to make sure the learning goals have been met. Now, I won't rerun the whole chat right now, but you can see this was what I did. I put that into ChatGPT and said, yeah, sure. I want to teach a 7th grade math class about compound probabilities, the probabilities of compound events. And it said, awesome. What do they already know? And I said, well, we've already covered simple events, so they know that. Excellent. Okay. So, what is it that you want them to be able to do? Well, I want them to be able to make a sample space that models the possible outcomes of a compound event. Excellent. Here you go. Here's your lesson plan. And then it created that for me. And of course, then it said, hey, is anything you want to change? And I said, well, maybe we want to talk a little bit about theoretical versus, actual probabilities. And it's a sure thing. We can put that in here as well. And it modified the lesson plan for me. And then I finished up saying, by the way, what if I want to use a Google Sheet to randomly create some probability events? How can I do that in a Google Sheet? It said, sure thing. Here's the formula that you want to use. And so a lot of this comes down to being able to craft these prompts where we can get such rich, powerful support materials out of here. Same thing if we wanted to, maybe write some newsletter content. So again, we could pop back over to Bard here and I could say something like, hey, Bard, can we write a newsletter article for parents with suggestions to encourage student reading at home? And so now we're getting a start for that. Maybe it's your turn to write an article for the school newsletter or for your subject area or for your team. And so here we go. We've got a nice starting point here. Of course, I can hit the little share button down here and I could say, let's send that over to Google Docs. And now, boom, it's going to create a Google document, put that result in there. And now I could start editing that to be able to get my newsletter ready to go. Good stuff. Other ways we could use this: creating assessments, creating rubrics, assisting with spreadsheet formulas. Again, I could go on and on and on all day long about so many of these. I'm always tempted to go way too deep into this. So I'll just show a quick example and then we'll have to move on. But like I could, using Charlotte's Web as an example, I could pop over and say, hey, can you make some DOK level 1 questions and answers about Charlotte's Web? And of course, I could repeat that with DOK level 2 and 3 and 4. It's not that I'm going to use every one of these questions, but it's going to give me a bank to draw from to, again, save me time so that I now can spend more time working on the actual lesson or interacting with the students there. Fantastic. All right. Other things we could do. Of course, providing feedback. It could be feedback on students' writing. It could be that you're saying, hey, here's some student writing. Can you give me some feedback on how the student could improve this so that I've got a second set of eyes on this? Not that it's going to grade the student's work for us, but it's going to give us some additional feedback. So let's try that out. I'm going to copy and paste one that I've got here as an example. We'll just pull ChatGPT back over again, and we'll just do a new chat here. And so what I'm going to say is, hey, you are an excellent teacher with understanding what makes for good writing and communication. Below is text from an informational report written for 9th grade. Provide feedback on the strengths, the weaknesses, and how it can be improved. And so here's this report on electric vehicles, the pros and cons. We've got some errors in there. It's not the best report in the world. Well, I can drop that in there, give it a little bit, and now I'm going to get some really good feedback that I could use as I am providing feedback to my student on there. So here are the strengths. We're getting some weaknesses there. And then very shortly, we're going to get some suggestions for what could be used, they could do for improvement. And I could pass these along to the student or pull from this to be able to help support the student. Now, keep in mind, it's not just for students, it's for ourselves. We can also use this for our own writing. So if we're sending out that newsletter or that email or those directions, I run a lot of things, blog posts I write, things like that. I still write them myself, but I'll run them through a tool like ChatGPT and say, hey, this is what I'm writing this for. Give me some feedback on this. What are the strengths, the weaknesses? How can I improve this to help communicate more clearly? So it can be great for our own writing as well. And then just take something like YouTube. Maybe your students need to watch a YouTube video. Well, you can grab the transcript of the video, run it through something like Bard or ChatGPT and say, hey, can you create a study guide for this? Can you create a summary of this? If you're not sure about how to grab a YouTube transcript, you can go to a site like youtubetranscript.com, but you can also turn on the transcript right inside of YouTube and copy it from there. It's a great way to be able to generate, study guide questions to go along with a video. Now, if we stopped there, that would already be amazing. And I know we're down to only a few minutes, so we're not going to get a whole lot further. But I do want to let you know there's a lot of other amazing tools out there that can come alongside you as an assistant. So we've seen Curipod, phenomenal. We've seen Bard and ChatGPT. And then there's a lot of other ones. And so these are all also in the agenda. I'm going to mention them real quick here, but they're at the bottom of the agenda here. Some other ones I'd love to give a quick shout out to. And so here we see things like Conquer, which can generate questions, like multiple choice questions, etc., and then send them over to a Google form for you. Formative just recently added their AI capabilities where if you're creating assessments, Formative can generate questions for you and generate hints for those questions while the students are working through those assessments. You've got tools like EduAid with over 100 different resources you can pull from to have it generate all kinds of things, whether it's, creating a lesson, creating a review game, creating multiple choice questions, making a newsletter, IEP outlines, on and on and on. And then Magic School AI, same thing. There's probably about 50 or so that they've got here, from text rewriters to common misconception generators to accommodations, text scaffolding, and on and on and on. TWE, a little bit more language arts oriented, but this is a fantastic one for generating dialogue, stories, letters on any topic for any level. Diffit is great for differentiation. Give it a topic, give it a text, and give it a reading level, and it will generate the content for that, as well as keywords, definitions, questions to go along with it. And then there's things like Brisk, a great extension that you can use that can assess the reading level of any text and rewrite it at a level that would be appropriate for students. So, and there's just a few, and there are so many more. So my last question to you before we start to pull this together is, so how about you? How have you used AI as an assistant? I want to learn from you as well. I don't want to just be the one who's sharing resources. We want to learn from you. So let's go ahead and pull up that question. How have you used AI as an assistant? I'm going to put a minute up on there. I'll go ahead and get that started. And while you're taking some time to think about how you've used AI as an assistant, because we want to learn from you, I'm going to do just a little bit of wrap up here as I'm giving you a little bit of time to work on that. So as a reminder, everything that we have looked at here today, all of these resources can be found at bit.ly/Curts-AI assist. That'll get you to that document that has everything we've looked at and so much more. Do note on page 2 in the general resources, I've got lots of other recorded videos, about 5 hours worth of AI training, from Google AI to coding with AI to supporting learners to managing AI misuse in your class. All these are free videos that you can watch at any point, and all the resources are included along with those there. All right. Fantastic. So we're getting down to the last couple of seconds here. I'm really excited to see what you guys are sharing about how AI has been an assistant for you. Let's see what are some of the responses that we've got here. All right. So tweaking conference proposals. Yes, I've done the same thing. Absolutely. It's helped me so much with all those conference proposals you got to fill out, writing emails, student surveys, developing research topics for middle school students, improving my objectives, helping me tutor a student, creating unusual interest in academic mashups, writing the tile and descriptions, yes, for conference sessions. Love that again. Helps with ADHD decision paralysis, gets me started on just about everything. Love that. Rubrics, parent letters, letters to staff, tech ideas, pictures. Love it, love it, love it. Helping explain calculus and statistic topics. I love it. Fantastic. Well, those are some wonderful examples, and I am so glad. Thank you so much for taking time to join me tonight as we looked at how AI can serve as an assistant to you so that you can do what you do best, which is to help support your students or help support the teachers that you support.
Thank you, Eric. So you joined us for Week of AI. The dynamic duo is back. Amanda Fox and Eric Sandstrom.
Yeah, hi, Eric.
Hey.
How are you, my breakfast buddy?
Doing great.
Good. So good to see you.
So good to see you too.
Yeah.
So
and it's perfect. You have a green screen behind you.
Of course I do.
Of course you do.
I'm a cliche.
Couldn't be any other way.
I was joking earlier. It's a Sprite. Now it's a Starry.
This is actually
Actually,
this is a sunset that I saw yesterday, right before I went on live.
Well, I've got my Coke Zero, so there you go.
Okay, well, I'm working on it. We'll start, but school night.
Erica's got some giveaways. We've been watching who showed up every day, who's been in the chat. We're not giving anything away this time for it's for engagement, but it's also for dedication, for being here every night with us, for showing up to these sessions, for interacting. And would you like to? I'll give you the drum roll.
Yes. Okay. For our winners, our 3 winners are Jolene Pekarsky. Woohoo! Go JoJo. I don't know if her name's JoJo, but I just made it up. Jessica Adams and Elizabeth Pope. Congratulations.
So Jessica Adams, you said you really needed a Curicon t-shirt. It's coming. It's in the swag pack. You get a t-shirt, you get stickers, you get all kinds of great things, pens, water bottles. So I can't wait to get these out to you. We're still waiting on some of our swag to come in so I can pack it and ship it.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm excited to see you all next week. Eric, are you going to?
Yes, I'll be at GATC. I've got 4 sessions on Wednesday and 4 sessions on Thursday. So got a whole bunch of them. And so I hope to connect with people. I just put it on my Control-Alt-Achieve blog, so you can see the full list of all of those there on Control.
Well, you will see the 2 of us. We will be there to play with you. Yeah, I forgot. You're of course you're a feature speaker. I'm excited to come see your session.
So honored to be so. I really appreciate them bringing me back.
We adore you. I just said, chat box. I said, E, you're saving my life here with all these ideas. It's true. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, that is, guys, that is the wrap to day 4. So as we close this day of Curicon, remember that you're not just part of an event, you're part of a movement. This movement of AI, it's moving faster than the speed of light. So thank you for joining us on this incredible ride where innovation meets inspiration. And I hope you were inspired by Eric's session tonight. So your presence, your curiosity, and your passion have made Curicon truly magical. In addition to our wonderful presenters, we could not be here without you, our dedicated educators and viewers. So let's carry the spirit of Curicon forward, embrace the future of education with open arms, and continue to innovate, inspire, and transform the world of learning. And we've got one more day, so I will see you live at 5 on Friday.
Friday. Yay!
Guys.
Try half your things you did today. I'm excited.
Thanks so much.
All right. Have a good night. Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Curicon, the future's our song. We're riding to